Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Zesty Zoy Pod. Today we're joined by the esteemed 50-miler ultra-marathoner, downhill finisher, currently slightly injured, Mr. Arjun, the vegan master as well. Yeah, so welcome to the podcast, Arjun.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be on here after so many amazing guests. Hoping to have a fun conversation, talk about running, whatever we get into. But yeah, exciting.
Yeah, exciting for me as well. You're like one of the first running people I've met when I moved to Seattle, even though I didn't talk to you too much. And one of my another one of them, John Doerr, he made a special request for you to be one of the next guests. So I'm happy that you graciously decided to spend your evening in the low budget studio. Yeah, I guess we can first jump into the first topic, or not really topic, but yeah, just go over the race recap of pretty much one of the big races you trained for this summer, the White River 50-mile race.
Yeah, so that was a tough. It was a really fun race. I had never done a 50-miler before. I'd done a 50K back in December, and it just sounded like a lot of people I knew were signing up for it. Turned out that because of different circumstances, I was the only one who ended up doing the 50-mile race. So of the people I knew, so it was a neat experience. The training for it was a lot of fun. I got to run with a bunch of people training, and I appreciated a lot of getting out on trails with a bunch of different people and putting in some tough days. On one of those runs, I ended up falling and bruising my rib. I thankfully did not break a rib, but it was bruised and it kind of hurt to breathe. Damn. So it was a little scary going into the race, but it ended up not bothering me too much. But yeah, that was, I think, definitely the hardest run I've ever done in my life. Being out there for 11 hours. I'd never run for
11 hours. Damn.
Yeah, for that long before. So it was great though. It was great to see like lots of people at the finish coming out to support. And like all the people who did the 50K just crushed it. It was super cool to see a lot of people run their first ultra. But yeah, it was a good experience. Probably do it again. Maybe not that race. I feel like I don't think I'm going to do 50-mile races like a million times, so I might as well try something new. But I recommend it. It's a cool course. You get amazing views of Rainier. And it's run pretty well.
Nice. So when you talk about like hardest race you ever done, is it just in terms of like distance? Is it like the weather affected, the elevation? Is it just everything?
I think overall, like physically and mentally, like I had never felt that physically drained by the end, where it was like I wasn't injured, but it was just like I didn't have that much energy to just keep moving fast, which was tough. And then yeah, something about like looking down at your watch at like mile 35 after you like gone up a bunch of elevation and then thinking you have another 15 miles to run is just like, I don't know, it's kind of demoralizing. But it was like there were high points and then there were low points. Like you get to the top of something and you get an awesome view, or you go through the aid station and see a bunch of people really excited to see you and help you out. And so I don't know, like it definitely was tough. It's just you're out there so long that there's like high points, low points, and all in between.
So did you ever think of giving up when you're partway through, or is it just there's like no point to give up because you're in the middle of nowhere?
That was part of it. Like it was like when you're climbing up this massive like hill, the second climb there is like I guess if you gave up you'd have to go all the way back down and you have to like wait there for someone to like drive you. Yeah. It didn't sound like very easy to give up, but I mean, I think once I got halfway through or like past 30 miles, it was kind of like just keep setting like little incremental goals and make my way through them. And then once I got, I don't know, past 30, 35 miles, I was like, okay, I think I can complete this.
Cool. Yeah, definitely the mental is one of the biggest things of ultra. And it seems like you have a very, very, very strong mental to crush that really hard race. So you mentioned you did like a 50K like before. Was that your very first ultra like before this? So this is your second ever ultra?
In terms of races, yeah. I had run, I guess technically more than 26 miles like a couple times. But yeah, that was the first race I did. That was over a marathon, and that was another tough one. That's apparently a very beautiful race and lovely if the weather cooperates. When I did it, it was in December and it was very cold and rainy and windy, so it was kind of pouring rain the whole time. So it was a lot of mud and very, very cold. So it was fun to be done with it. The actual experience of running it was rough. It was rough.
So would you say, so you said White River was your hardest one. I guess how would you compare it to that other 50K? For the viewers or listeners, it's the Deception Pass 50K.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would say like conditions wise, that was way harder to deal with. Like White River was a little bit hot. It was a little sunny. You were out there for a long time, but like being out when it's like cold and windy and raining, that was like a whole nother level of in conditions to deal with. But just the amount of time, I don't know, 5.5 hours versus 11 hours is just like you have to go, your body has to like be out there for a lot longer, and you have to think about fueling a lot more and how you're like completely fatigued, all that stuff.
Yeah, it makes sense that 50 miles is a whole different beast, but yeah, glad to hear that you powered through both of them.
Yeah. It was tough, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's for both the races. There were a bunch of people there that I knew, like a bunch of the Fleet Feet adjacent folks for the 50K, like Bill and Karen, Brady, Micah, were all there. So it was great to see them at the finish.
Nice.
Yeah, it made it a lot more fun.
So yeah, I guess in terms of nutrition, since you just talked about it, like what would be your 50 mile, or like what's your ultra marathoning, long running, super long distance fuel?
I think I mix it up a fair bit. I find that I get like sick of foods after a bit. One thing that I've been using a lot recently, which I haven't seemed to get sick of at all recently, is GoMacro bars. You're like, sometimes a little expensive, but you can get them on sale. I remember one time I was at Whole Foods with John. We went there after a workout, and they were on sale, and I got like 30 of them. Like I got like a whole case of them. Like had to scan all of them individually at the checkout. But yeah, those I find that are really good. I'm a big Uncrustables fan too. Those can be pretty easy to eat, and I don't know, get you some food on the go. Not a huge fan of gels. I'll eat them sometimes. Like for the Tunnel Marathon, which I ran a couple weeks ago, I used the Martin gels, which I don't know. They were fine. I don't ever like enjoy eating them. Like if you give me an Uncrustables sandwich, I'll enjoy eating it, and especially if I'm on the trails, it'll like, I don't know, it won't upset my stomach at all. But yeah, for like marathon fuel, I feel like sometimes you need stuff that's maybe a little easier to go down.
Yeah, I agree. I guess in terms of like liquids, do you just put electrolytes in them? Do you put like those mixes that contain more calories, caffeine, etc.?
I mostly just use water. Post running, I'll often do noon or something like that, like a Gatorade. But usually I don't like to. For White River, I ended up doing one of my flasks in my vest would have, I don't even remember the energy. Oh, I think it was called Gnarly was the drink mix they had. And by the end, I was so sick of it. Like I didn't want any more of it. I definitely would always have at least one of just straight water. Cause sometimes I just want water and I don't want like anything salty or sweet.
Makes sense. Yeah, I guess we can do actually a viewer question or a listener question. Something I didn't know about you that this anonymous person decided to ask is your lemon tree. Is that a lemon tree in your apartment in Seattle, or is it a lemon tree back home where you're...
It's a lemon tree. Well, it's technically on my balcony right now.
Wow.
But yeah, it's only been there for, I don't know, maybe like 5 months since I moved to my new place. And got a lemon tree. It started blooming like little tiny lemons. But then most of them like did not grow properly, but it's flowering. I think it's gonna, what I've learned is apparently it takes like a year or two for it to actually start producing real lemons and like get strong enough and healthy enough. So hopefully I can keep it healthy and happy for another year. I have a bunch of plants. Most of them I think are pretty happy. So hopefully it'll survive the Seattle winter.
Yeah.
And maybe next year I'll make my own homemade lemonade
Nice.
for the race.
Damn. So unlike my apartment, which has like zero organics or plants, like I guess how many plants do you have? Is your whole apartment filled with?
It's not filled, but I think I have at least like 10 plants. So yeah, it's mostly in like a couple places by the windows. I have like a bunch on the windowsills and things, and some of them, I'd say, yeah, I just like slowly collected them when different people. It's kind of fun because I've gotten them from different people. Like Brienne gave me a plant. I've got a few from Dave, ultra legend Dave, when he moved out of Seattle. So keeping those alive.
Nice. Are they just like smaller plants, or are they like actually like big pot?
I have a couple bigger plants. The lemon tree's in a big pot, but most of them are smaller.
Cool. Any advice for, I guess, your listeners or just me who used to have plants but 100% death rate? So.
I mean, I think like if you're gonna be traveling a lot and like gone for a long period of time, it's gonna be tough to take care of a plant. You have to like give it to someone when you travel. If I'm around, I'm always happy to take care of people's plants. But yeah, I think like, I don't know. I feel like it's not like you just have to like check in like every couple days, especially if you get like an easy plant. Like I think snake plants are one that are really easy. That was like one of the first plants I got. And they don't even need that much light. You can just kind of water them every once in a while and they'll be fine. Or like succulents are like that too.
Yeah, for sure. I'll hopefully be inspired by.
Yeah, I mean, you have the Christmas tree here.
Yeah, I do have a Christmas tree back there. I guess that's my plant. Yeah. Do you play any instruments?
I do. Yeah, I have a keyboard in my apartment. I grew up playing piano. I don't play as much now. I got the keyboard because I wanted to play a little more. Because I hadn't the past couple of years, but yeah, I used to play a lot of piano. I played saxophone for a few years as well, but I like music a lot. So
nice.
It's like I would say probably the art form that I do the most. I'm not like a big visual artist. So yeah.
Yeah, I played piano when I was growing up too. Not really growing up, just for like middle school, high schoolish. But yeah, did you take any like exams? Like any specific levels you leveled up to, or?
I did like Suzuki piano, which is like, I don't know, like a piano school method or something like that. And so like I completed all the books in that. And then once I got to like high school, I started doing more like jazz piano. So I played in some different like jazz groups and jazz combos and things, and did that a little bit in college, but then mostly stopped.
Can you play Careless Whisper? On a saxophone or piano?
I don't know. I don't own a saxophone anymore. Maybe on the piano.
Okay.
I don't know how I would do about like playing a saxophone now. I probably haven't played one in like 8 years at least.
Yeah.
Maybe longer.
Yeah. Okay, I just don't know how to transition these questions. I'll probably just ask them.
All right.
Yeah, how do you handle late night hunger pains with all the running?
Is this a listener question?
Yeah, this is a listener question.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know.
I've been attacked before for my late night, middle of the night, waking up hungry.
Oh, you actually eat when it's like 3 a.m. You wake up, you're hungry, you grab something and eat?
Usually not. No.
Okay.
I had a friend in college who would do that.
Oh.
He would like often eat weird stuff. Like he would eat like a block of cheese in the middle of the night. Very strange. I don't know. I don't think I could eat in the middle of the night. I will be hungry. Like, so I have woken up because I'm like, oh, I'm really hungry. And then I'm just like, okay, go back to sleep. I'll eat some more food in the morning.
Okay.
But, yeah, I feel like you just gotta make sure to eat more than you, especially if you're running a lot. I think it's mostly if you're like running a lot to the point where you won't feel hungry enough to like get all the calories you need. You just like in the evening, just like slowly eat as much food as you can over like a long window of time. And then, yeah, that's where I find like the Uncrustables are really good, or I'll have a bowl of cereal like 30 minutes before bed if I think I'm going to be hungry. Yeah.
Wait, do you ever track your like calories, macros?
No, not really. I mean, I try to like make sure I'm eating enough calories. That's the main thing I track. And then I think I generally eat relatively healthy. Sometimes I'll try to make sure I get enough protein if I feel like I haven't in a certain day, or like enough veggies or something like that. But I don't know. For the most part, I think I just do it based on feel. I like to cook, so I like mostly when I cook, I try to cook like relatively like I feel like I don't know. Most of the time when you cook, you're making relatively like healthy things, or like it's easy to make relatively healthy things. So I don't know. I think also being vegan, like you limit a lot of what junk food. Like thinking about what junk food I used to eat, like a lot of it I don't eat or can't eat anymore. So it's just it simplifies parts of that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Do you track all your macros?
No, I just try to. I'm just always hungry, or I just always eat a lot because gluttony. But
I mean, when you run 100 miles a week, I feel like you gotta.
I don't. Let's just say I don't really plan or want to. I just end up doing it for some reason. But yeah, well, yeah, I'm just lazy, so I'm not vegan. I'm sorry to all the animals out there, but it's just easy to just grab a burger off the street. Yeah. I guess, do you have a like go-to food or like meal that you cook that's, I guess, that you like, or that you just do it because it's quick?
I mean, my quick meal is just like simple pasta, tomato sauce, maybe some like salad on the side, maybe some protein through, I don't know, like crispy tofu or seitan or something else like that if I want to toss something else in. And then outside of that, I have a bunch of like meals I will make somewhat regularly, but not stuff that's usually super quick. But yeah, I like making, I don't know, like stir fries, or I'll make like kind of like Mexican rice bowls kind of things, kind of like Chipotle, stuff like that.
Yeah, shout out to Chipotle. Please sponsor us. We're eating it right now.
Yeah, wow, this is fueling the podcast so well.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they gave us some money, I would maybe even talk about how good it is as a running fuel. But
yeah.
Right now, unknown.
Cool. This is all from, I think, one listener, but
wow.
If you could live anywhere else in the world, where would you live?
I hadn't thought about that. I feel like it would mostly be, if I'm still like working and doing my normal life, probably wouldn't be that different than places I would, like it would be here or Chicago, which is where I grew up, and like have a lot of family there. Maybe New York, like family there, and another big city, but I don't know, probably one of those. Like I don't think I would go and live in like a random different country.
So the USA probably just...
Yeah. Not join the Canadians north of the border.
All good.
Would you go back to Toronto?
Yeah, that's my bunch of family and friends, but we'll see. Maybe eventually, but hopefully be rich enough for a private jet to go back and forth. If Jeff Bezos or whoever is rich and listening, please give me a private jet and free fuel, and enough climate credits so I could pay off and offset, so I won't be super destruction to environment. But yeah, please sponsor. Give $20 million. Yeah, I guess transitions very nicely to the next question. Which sister is his favorite right now?
Right now? I'm not good.
I don't even know how many sisters you have, but...
I have two sisters, and both of them are great. Nice. I don't think I will pick a favorite, but yeah, I just saw them a couple weeks ago in Boston. Met up with a bunch of cousins there.
Nice.
And yeah.
Yeah. Next question might be a bit sentimental, maybe it's sad, but as you might have known, or listeners, a couple episodes ago, someone called Tyler was on the podcast talking about running as well. And Tyler and Arjun used to live in the same building. Some people thought they lived together in the same unit, but no, just
same building.
Yeah. Not anymore, but yeah, they run together a bunch. I thought they were like half brothers when I first met them because they were together for like almost all the group runs and stuff, and just side by side in sync in Vuori sometimes. Yeah, what do you miss most about Tyler being gone? Just 1 week, but
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Tyler's always traveling, so I feel like you gotta like maximize the time you spend with Tyler when he's around, because he's always off doing cool things. But yeah, I miss Tyler's just like a great friend to have around. Like always willing, like super helpful and like always down to do things. So yeah, I feel like he's like one of my favorite people to run with. So definitely miss doing the Tuesday night runs with Tyler, and yeah. I mean, I'm wishing him all the best in his many marathons and ultra marathons that are coming up this fall, and all his world traveling. And yeah, it'll be exciting to see all of that.
yeah. I think he's in Africa right now. Yeah, Tyler, if listening, please don't do dangerous stuff to get kidnapped by bandits or pirates. None of us have private jets that can fly and save you, but yeah.
Or getting attacked by wild animals. I saw those Strava photos and videos this morning.
Yeah. Insane.
He's fast enough to outrun the cheetahs, though. So.
Yeah. Next question is awkward, but I'll just say the question is, who is his favorite CHB? And for listeners who don't know, CHB is just people who run the adjacent to the Fleet Feet running group. Obviously, you can't answer me because it's doesn't apply, and you can't answer yourself obviously because that doesn't apply. But yeah, and you don't have to answer if you don't feel comfortable because it's putting you on the spot. Might alienate you with some people who think you're their favorite.
Yeah, I know. I gotta be careful about what I say to this, but no, I don't think I have like a favorite person. But I'll give a special shout out to Alexander for being like a leader and awesome guide in the CHB group, for like including a lot of people and making everyone feel at home. I think he does a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. Thank you, Alexander. I would echo the same things that Arjun said. And yeah, I guess the final part.
Did you have an answer to that? Who's your favorite CHB?
Yeah, I think I might have dodged the question just like you. I don't really bias. I've enjoyed running with everyone, even people that I don't talk to. I know their name and face, but I'm just lazy. I apologize for not really saying much about anything, but yeah, I do enjoy running with all the CHB people. And
speaking of running and not talking, like I'm trying to remember when the first time I actually met you was.
Oh, that was like the first week of August in 2022, the first ever Fleet Feet run, and then I ran with Will, and then like he really went hard on the uphill. I went hard with him because he was a run leader, and I don't know my way around Capitol Hill. Mm-hmm. So yeah, after we finished, I was like, damn, it's tiring. I didn't think a 6 mile group run would be tiring. I saw you and Tyler almost side by side basically just pull up, and then Will introduced me to you guys. But yeah, we didn't really actually talk until some random runs when we talk about marathons and stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember some of those winter route runs that we did early on, but yeah.
And then, yeah, I think ever since I unprivatized my Strava July 2023, you were one of the first followers, and then I guess that's how you found out I do random stuff, and then you start commenting on my random stuff sometimes, and then just start talking more. But then I guess ever since I did more runs outside of the Fleet Feet runs, when I officially joined the CHB group, shout out to Tyler, he added me to the group. I didn't know such a elite running collective existed in the realm of Seattle.
Yeah, I remember it used to be like last year it'd be Stanley every day. You'd see Peace Park Loop. Now it's only like 3 days a week.
Yeah, I blame it on the Fleet Feet and West and CHB stuff.
It's too busy. Can't make time for Peace Park anymore.
Yeah, I know, that's pretty sad. sometimes I look back and it's like, damn, because of all this stuff I'm doing, usually I'd expect to run like 60, 70 miles. Now it's a lot more because these group runs come so naturally. I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's been pretty fun. It's been pretty fun.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Shout out to everyone who runs with me and accepts the fact that I don't really talk too much. I'm just trying to think. I'm always thinking of content and podcasting and etc. So don't.
Mm-hmm.
I need to learn how to talk more during runs. Shout out to whoever does talk to me on runs. Teach me how to do that, because I used to just listen to music back then, and it's slowly transitioning.
What's your next music idea that you're working on?
Yeah, hopefully it gets released tomorrow. It's released on. Okay, another long story. So someone in the CHP group, Erica, is putting on a long run. She's organizing a long run like through many parts of Seattle, like around 30 kilometers, 20 miles long. Hitting a bunch of Seattle tracks, or like tracks, the oval things. So yeah, I decided to make an official soundtrack to each track we're going. So like around 8 songs, putting that in like a mixtape, EP, album kind of thing. I finished it on Thursday, and processing took much longer. Third-party stuff I have no control over, so should have submitted it earlier, but I was lazy. I didn't have time. And yeah, that's my next thing. It's called Erica's CHB Track Trot. It's tomorrow morning. It's being processed in a lot of stores right now, streaming services. It's on YouTube Music, it's on Tidal, but Spotify and Apple Music takes the longest. Hopefully it'll be released by tomorrow 9 a.m. when it starts, but yeah, if you're listening right now, it's probably out. So
yeah, go check it out. Go stream it.
Yeah, go stream some Troy Williams.
What's your favorite track off that?
Favorite track? It's I exposed for me not caring about music too much. Probably Seattle U track.
Put a lot of emotion into that one.
Yeah, it's only 2 lanes, so I obviously got to put emotion into such 2 lanes and under 400 meters in length for the inner lane. So
wait, I thought it's over. It's long.
It's long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I don't run on that track. It's pretty mystical. Yeah, that's the next thing in terms of music. But I guess final viewer question: what's one thing we'd be most surprised to learn about you?
I don't know. It's coming from like an anonymous viewer. I have no idea what information you do or don't know about me.
Imagine if the viewer is everyone in the CHP Fleet Feet running crew.
I don't think I have any like major surprising secrets. I don't think so.
I guess Arjun's pretty transparent about every aspect of his life, so
I don't know about every aspect. I don't think I have any major bombshells to drop on the podcast. So sorry.
All good. Maybe I can ask you a question and it'd be
all right.
A surprising answer, but how tall are you?
5'8".
5'8".
American units. I don't know what that is.
No, it's fine. Canadians use 5'8" too. Yeah, hopefully that's a surprising fact. I don't really know what else. Let me see.
I don't know if that'll be a surprising fact.
Yeah, hopefully that's surprising to most people who don't know Arjun as well. 5'8". Are you left-handed or right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Right-handed. That's the opposite of me. So it's
pretty surprising.
Pretty surprising. Yeah. I guess that's pretty much for the viewer questions. Anything else you would like to discuss on this episode, Arjun?
Let's see. We could talk a little bit about like when did you get into running? Like, when did you start?
When did I start? Well, I do have a 12-part long podcast series episodes from 2021 discussing how I started.
Wow. Okay, so you got to go listen to that.
But yeah, I'll just do
a little preview. Yeah, don't spoil it.
Quick preview. I won't discuss my whole journey, just like the first couple of months. So yeah, there's like this fitness challenge. Well, I just did running as a side, or not really side, just in school, because if you're athletic, they pretty much put you in the cross country team in like grade 5 and 6, so not too serious.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I didn't really actually run, and then I did a bunch of other sports, but in like during that time in like my teenage years, I would do like this yearly CN Tower stair climb thing, and then yeah, basically the first time I did like 16 minutes, and next year was 15. The year after that was like 9th grade-ish,
Mm-hmm.
or 10th grade-ish, and that I relapsed by like 30 seconds when I was supposed to improve. So I didn't exercise as much in 9th grade. So like, damn, I gotta work harder. So like over the summer, I ended up going to the gym a bunch and just did cardio as well as lifting and a bunch of other stuff.
Stairmaster?
Not the Stairmaster, but I just elliptical, a lot of elliptical. Sometimes I'd run on the indoor track, but elliptical is the main running cardio thingy. And then when school started, the only thing that was convenient was to run, so that's why I just started running a bunch. Not a bunch, but that was just like 5K every day, sometimes 6K, sometimes a bit more on the weekends.
That's a bunch. Not compared to what you run now, but like
well,
that's like a bit of running.
It's a good bunch, but it's just a routine after school.
Yeah. So that was like in high school?
It was like 11th grade. And then yeah, I just started running, and then the CN Tower stair climb. The next time it came around, like 8 months after, I improved by 3 minutes.
Damn.
So I was really happy. So like, damn, I should continue exercising. So I just kept running, and then I remember there was this random 2 Chainz song that mentioned something marathon. I was like, damn, maybe I'm running a lot. I should sign up for a marathon, half marathon. So I signed up for the Toronto. The Good Life Fitness sponsored Toronto marathon, half marathon, and then there was this really big 10K the week after, so I did the 10K as well.
Started off with back-to-back races.
I started off back-to-back races. I did decent on them, and then in 12th grade I did a cross-country team. It's not serious in Canada, or the school I went to is not serious. Practice twice a week, like 5K, 6K each time. Unlike America, where you see those kids going for like 70 miles a week. 50, 60 miles a week. No, it was nothing serious. I did pretty bad because the meet was the week after a half marathon that I signed up for, so I was being dumb as usual. Because I didn't prioritize that stuff, and then I just kept running, and then when I got the Apple Watch, I started running a lot more. Well, like I started wanting to qualify for Boston, and then. Yeah, and then these days after like getting slightly injured and taking time off because stuff hurted, I was like, damn, I should slow down for all my runs and take it easy and enjoy and listen to music and just be in my own mental space. So yeah, so when I look back to runs I did like 4 years ago, it's like my easy pace was so much faster. Everything was so much faster, but now I'm not getting hurt as much. I could run more, albeit it takes a lot more time. So the grass is always greener, but right now I'm pretty satisfied with just running a lot and not really worrying about time. Though I did sign up for a marathon training program where I have to run fast for some stuff. But
sometimes, yeah.
But yeah, taking most of the runs easy. That's current era. Maybe this year I plan to... rambling, sorry. But yeah, this year I plan to go for like sub 240 in Chicago, like last year. But then somehow I've decided to continue running every day, running streak, because it was a leap year, so I decided to just make the most out of it, in case people ask. Well, I didn't plan to do it, but then on leap day, I was in an airport in Japan, and I ended up doing a 5K run in the airport terminal. So I was like, damn, my fast marathon plans are over, because if I ran in the airport, I might as well just dedicate the rest of the year, because, yeah. Not good, don't recommend running a lot, but for someone like Arjun, he's been running a lot. I'm not a doctor, so I won't say anything, but but he's been running a lot too, and has been doing a lot of great races, so setting PRs all over. So, yeah.
More of a shout out to 2 Chainz for being a marathon inspiration.
Yeah, shout out to 2 Chainz. I forgot what song, but just some random one a long time ago. Yeah, I'm sorry it's running a bit long, but I guess quick summary for your journey into running.
All right, I'll be quick. I feel like I didn't run. I also did like whatever the very not serious equivalent of cross country was in like middle school, so like 5th, 6th grade, and I was extremely slow. I was like I didn't ever like run fast in any of the practices, and I wasn't in like good shape or anything like that. I think I saw somewhere I ran like the 2-mile meet in like 17 or 18 minutes. Like I wasn't
not bad.
It's not like terrible. Like
in
I was
middle
still
school.
running. But yeah, I was like way at the end. I think I was like one of the last people in that meet. I remember that. So yeah, I was not, and then I like just wasn't really super into it or enjoying it. I mostly did it because like I don't know, everyone was doing it, and I had like a bunch of friends in it. Yeah. So I didn't run at all really in high school. I played tennis, and then I didn't really run at all in college. There were like a couple summers where I'd run a little bit over the summer, but not much. Like I'd do like a couple miles, like a couple days a week, and just like that was it. And then like during like right as I was finishing college, like graduating, right after graduating, I started to run a little bit more, and then but still not very much. That was like 2020. I think I was looking at it like a few weeks ago. It was like 2020. I ran like 100 miles or 200 miles. 2021, I think I ran like 500. And then from 2022, when I moved to Seattle and started the Fleet Feet training program, like up until then, I had never run anything more than like 14 miles maybe. And then that year, I think I ended up doing like around 2,000 miles.
Whoa.
So then it's just been like kind of steadily ramping up. I don't think I can keep up the trajectory. I think like it was like 1,900 miles and like 2,400 this year. I don't know if I'm like still injured. I don't know where we'll end up, but we're already past last year. So
big gains.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's a sustainable path, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like I haven't been running for that long of a time, but I put in a lot of time into running, even though it's over like a short window of time. So I feel like that helps with getting better at it. That's my advice. Like, I don't know. I was presumably like assuming I'm not recommending running a ton because you'll probably get injured. I've been injured a bunch as I was ramping up, but I feel like if you just kind of stay consistent at it and like, you know, take off time when you're injured and things like that, but like stay consistent at it, it'll do a lot.
Yeah, I agree. Just consistency is nice. So yeah, I guess that should wrap up this episode of the Zesty Zoy Pod. Thank you once again, Arjun, for dedicating your time. He hobbled all the way to the studio despite his foot injury. So
it's an honor. It's an honor to be on this podcast, and
thank you.
I hope the listeners enjoy it.
Yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you're motivated by Arjun's insights into his life and into running in general.
Hopefully Chipotle is also motivated and inspired by this.
Yes, Chipotle, if you're listening, please sponsor. Yeah. That's it for this episode of the Zesty Zoy Pod. Stay zesty.